Well, good morning on this beautiful and rainy day, and welcome to another edition of the Volunteer Tech Vlog. As you know, my name is Nate, and I wanted to just give a quick report video. So I was not on audio this weekend. I actually got to sit with my family and enjoy the service. So it's always nice when you get a week off and you don't have to think about stuff. But it's really hard to not notice things technically when you're just in that mindset. So just a quick report. So I like to sit in the overflow when I am not mixing. Well, you know, sometimes we like to sit in the main sanctuary, but basically what I'm talking about, we've got two rooms where people sit. We've got like the main sanctuary, which we call the main mix, and then we've got what we call the fellowship hall or overflow. So there's these on the if you're facing the sanctuary over to the right, or you know, this video is kind of like reverse, so it's when I do this it's gonna look to the left, but anyway, just imagine you're looking at the fellowship hall, and there's these two like kind of garage door looking things, and they can roll up and roll down. They're kind of like pocket doors, if you will, you know, kind of like that. But anyway, it just opens up these two windows that lead over into the other space, which is the overflow or the fellowship hall. So we can fit additional seating in there. So, especially in the summertime when we go down to one service, it's really nice to be able to open that up because you know, with two services you can almost get away with not opening that up, and everyone can kind of squeeze in and fit. But we usually end up. The 8 a.m. service, we keep the doors shut, and then we open them up for the 10:45 service, and that's usually when we get the biggest turnout. So anyway, I like to sit over there just to listen to things and see how everything sounds. And one of the main reasons is because we kind of, you know, this is why I wanted to make a video to document this, is because we do have a kind of recurring theme here, an issue that comes up time and time again, and I want to try to come up with ways to fix that, to see if there's some way we can manage this. But anyway, what ends up happening is more often than not, a microphone will not be unmuted in the fellowship hall overflow mix. And so what happens is the sound guy, now I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. I've made the mistake, everybody's made the, you know, things happen. You've got a lot to think about when you're a sound guy. But one of the easy things to forget is when you've got multiple mixes is to unmute something for a mix where you're not actually in the listening environment. So this is one of the challenges. So there's one person running audio on any given Sunday because we just don't have the volunteer, we don't have the people, the personnel on our volunteer team to put two people on audio every Sunday morning. So what happens is the person will be in the main hall mixing, and they'll be able to kind of, you know, hear everything and make adjustments and, you know, go down on the floor, and they'll be able to sit at the back of the room and do a little bit of mixing there. But the problem is you can't be in two places at once, right? So there's also people listening in that overflow space, and without doing a lot of, you know, it's almost like when you're doing sound here for at this particular church, EBC, the sound guy almost needs like a set of sneakers, you know, because you're gonna have to be moving around a lot, listening from different places. And now we used to have an analog mixing console, so that was lots of trips up and down the stairs, you know, to listening, run back up the stairs, make an adjustment, run back down the stairs, listen, run. It was a workout. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out, and I'm documenting this in a video so I can remember basically to try to figure out a solution to this. And I think it might just be as simple as getting some baseline settings baked in and saved into our default mix file that comes up every single time. You know, just get that pulpit mic piped in at a good volume in the main hall, in the main sanctuary, and then also set that so it's at a decent level in the broadcast mix, and also at a decent level in the overflow mix. Because those are the things. I mean, you got enough things to think about As the sound guy, you know, you got to make sure you're recording. You got to monitor your record levels. Lots of things going on. Your cues during the service, when you got to play things back, when you got to, you know, put up audio that goes with the video, and announcements and switching mutes and all that kind of stuff is going on. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm gonna think about that a little bit more to see if that might make sense, because everybody's gonna have to get on the same page with kind of their approach to mixing. See, I've got an approach that makes sense for me, but you know, Dave or Rich might come in there and they've got a little bit of a different approach and a different way of thinking, and it's not bad, it's not wrong, but I think all three of us kind of need to get on the same page so we can try to manage this better. Because man, that's like one of the worst, when you're up there mixing and somebody comes running up the stairs and says there's no audio next door, you know. It's like, oh yeah, whoops, that was muted. So just one of those silly little things, because you can't be in, you know, 3 places at once. Anyway, I have talked way too much about a simple thing, but it seems trivial, but I'm just throwing that out there in a video so that I can remember to find a way to fix that. That is one of the most important things, is just to be able to hear everything. So that's about it for this video. I will see you in the next edition of the Volunteer Tech Vlog.